So here's your question, because I think one of the pieces that often happens is, and I've heard this from communities and from youth is that these summits don't always result in action. That often we end up sitting around and saying a lot of amazing things, and we leave inspired and we learn things, but we don't always see action. And so my question to you online and in this room, and you can just answer it to yourself, or you can come up to the microphone there or make me run for it. Now that you've got this new information on things that are not working, some potential frameworks that will, and the need to flip the systems and change the norms, what do you think you're going to do differently leaving here, in your job, in your community, in your role, with your own kids? What are you going to do to move this forward in a different way? I think you've got an answer, Vanessa? Okay, don't rip these yellow tickets out, she's saying. So what are you going to do differently? What's been a shift for you that you're going to apply actively? Anybody? You can go ahead online and enter it into the chat if you can. Anybody want to share something they're going to do differently, something that was a big takeaway from them? Anybody? Everybody's super tired or very excited about the grand prize? Could go either way. Please, Heidi. Thank you.
I think that when I get tired. So I think it's like, and I know what you're saying is that you get inspired to go back, and maybe that's a little bit of what I'm talking about, but I think this is a reminder to when you're too close to the brick wall, all you can see is the brick wall, and to like back up. What can I do? And I don't know what that looks like yet in my community, but I know I'm reminded of the spark that is in all of us that are in that community. So how can I help foster and fan the flame of those? That's what I'm gonna do.
Thanks, Heidi. Cheryl? Yay, Ian's giving you a round of applause. Woo! Thank you, Ian. Cheryl.
Okay, so earlier today I mentioned the Together Today for Our Children Tomorrow document, and just listening to Heidi and talking about being tired, listening to Yvonne talk about her work, and I think we talk a lot about revitalization, and I don't like that word. I don't like revitalization because we're not revitalizing anything. If anything, we're vitalizing what we already know within us. So I think there's people out there that can help us vitalize and help us so we're not tired, and they're just sitting and waiting for us to ask. Thank you.
Thanks, Cheryl. Good. I like that. Thank you. Good job. Others that have something that concrete they're going to apply or change, something that's been a big piece for them? Got to think about it for a bit. Got to ruminate. I don't know if we've got anything online. Stephanie? Okay. Sorry, we're having a door prize / online. It's a lot to do at once, I feel you. Good. You have something? Yeah, please.
What prompted me to get my brain going was what you said, Tosh, about what are the action that we're going to do forward. I want to share that BGC is part of a big collective. We are a few organizations working together, and we're starting to build a youth strategy, where that youth strategy has been built from the youth voices that we've heard through the town halls, through the Yukon Youth Summit. And the voices that we heard is, yes, young people want to see actions. So we've developed this through CBYF. We have action teams where we have youth on the ground making the action. But we want to present a strategy to the government where we can ask for accountability. So that's what I'm going to work forward, is to push that youth strategy.
Nice. Awesome. That's pretty concrete. That's fantastic. Cass has got a couple from our folks online. Give you people in the room time to get a little energy.
Yeah, I got a comment from, I'm going to say Liza Manoles. I don't know if that's supposed to be pronounced with a French accent or not. If it is, I apologize. She says, woohoo, woohoo, awesome. I'm going to develop a comprehensive mental health approach in schools that reflects both worldviews, and my intent is to make it the Yukon view, together in partnership with all of us.
Oh, thanks. I'm pretty sure that's Liza that was here yesterday, would be my guess as well. Thank you. Yeah, everybody's saying, that's definitely Liza that was here yesterday. We know who you are, Liza. That's awesome. Way to go big. Okay, so you get the intent behind the conversation, right? Let's try and take what we've learned and apply it. Let's try and be active members of change. Let's try and be those sparks. You know, it took some people in Iceland saying, you know what, we're not okay with all of our kids being drunk for months on end, right? Iceland's not a whole lot bigger than the Yukon. Although they do believe in little people, which is really cool. I quite like them there. I'm tired, so I'm going off track all over. Cass knows this about me, so all the squirrel moments are coming up. I just want to do a check-in on the door prize. Are we getting close? Momentarily away? Okay. So the last thing that I'll say, and I'm just going to plant this seed because we need somebody to volunteer to do closing prayer. People? Anybody? So I'm coming back to that one before, right after we do the draw prize. The last thing I want to say is I really encourage you to keep digging into the resources that you've seen. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that you saw for presentations, the HBSC, the stuff from Iceland, the parts that you saw from I'm forgetting the other lady's name, but Florence, she had a whole framework that was there. There's a lot of tools, right? We're not the only jurisdiction dealing with this. This isn't just a Yukon problem. This isn't just a First Nation problem. This isn't just a Whitehorse problem. There's a lot of tools are out there, and we've got to try and embrace that and try new things, right? I'm going to pass the mic over to my friend Jen, who's going to share for a few minutes, and then we're going to do the big draw prize.
Great. I'm just here to do thank yous. There's been a ton happening behind the scenes, and I just want to acknowledge everyone. This gathering basically just started as an idea and a hope that we could, come together as a collective to challenge ourselves, to ask hard questions, that we could inspire each other and we could also celebrate each other. But to actually make that reality took a huge team of people really standing behind us. So I just want to acknowledge all those people. Firstly, the Kwanlin Dun Cultural Center for hosting us. I want to give a huge thank you to Bridges Catering for the delicious food for the last 2 days. A huge shout out to the Gunta team, starting with Blair. Woohoo! It's amazing that we're able to host this as a hybrid event, and people who can't be here because they're sick or they have to travel can tune in online, and you've done a flawless job. So thank you so much for that. Continuing to thank Gunta, I really want to especially thank Stephanie and Jesse just stepped out. They've spent so many hours. Yeah. They've spent so many hours on all the logistics and plannings for this event to make it possible. So it was absolutely a huge effort on their part. And in addition to being very, very good at what they do, they're just really, really nice people, super generous and kind. So it's been really fun working with you. I want to thank our fearless leaders, Toss and Cass. You guys really hosted today with so much warmth and authenticity and humor and kept things rolling. So thank you a lot. I want to thank my health promotion team who let me delegate ruthlessly and really stepped in starting on Tuesday to get everything set up, and we're just really rock solid, so thank you. I want to thank all the speakers today. I want to thank our speakers who are here from out of town, who have taken the time to travel and share what's happening outside of the territory with us. And also all our local speakers. A lot of you had to travel as well to be here. Some of you didn't even know you would be speaking until like 2 minutes before, which was Lindsay. And all our local speakers, like I already know and respect you all so much, but just hearing you speak today, I was so moved. So I really wanted to thank you for everything that you shared. A few other people, Cheryl from our team gets a special shout out because she did all the travel, all the hotels, and she bought all the gifts. She does all kind of the thankless work and really keeps us going. Ian and Nat, we planned this together, and every time we meet, you guys make me laugh. You're a shoulder to cry on, and I'm really going to miss working with you, so thank you. And lastly, everyone here who participated, you made time in your schedules to be here. You really showed up with open minds, with open hearts, had courage to step up to the mic and ask questions. I know Tosh mentioned that we opened the door, but really want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for walking through it and making the last 2 days really meaningful. So thank you all so much.
Thank you, Jen. Also, a big round of applause for you, man. You guys worked your butts off. It was super nice. Good job, Jen. Okay, we're ready to do this big grand prize. Catherine's going to help me pull it. You guys can pull it, and then Cass can read out the numbers. This is it, people. This is for the big one. Okay. Oh, Cass is going to read that. Oh, the name's on the back. Okay, maybe I was like foreshadowing. Catherine Porter! Woo! That's so funny. I'm not even on the wheel of names this time, so that's good. Oh, challenge laid, Catherine, if they want you to turn your video on. Congratulations, Catherine Gouda says. Well, I'm not gonna hold her to that. It was a tough crowd on this table, man. Woo. To a price where Burwash rules. We don't have Burwash. Yay, Catherine! Yeah, there you go. What a good sport. Thank you. Congratulations. You can buy like lots of Starbucks. It's coming to you somehow, right? Oh, perfect. Okay. Did anybody, when I said we need a volunteer for a closing prayer, really be like, yes, I got this. It's my time to shine? Ouch. Nobody? Oh, they're whispering at Wilford. Woo! Thank you. Wilford's been honored to be chosen. Thanks, Wilford. So we get everybody just to stand with us, and Wilford, I'll get you to stand over here so we can, maybe this way so the camera can see you. Great.
First, I'll ask if there's anyone from Kwanlin Dun First Nations that would like to take this. I'm just demonstrating. You did ask that? Qanirchish haashaqa qahashaqunso itaqshtuqa qhatyati Chasa yaqiyata yutoqatanya yaqiyi yaqiye yaqiyaya Qanirchish taqatshaqatko khayit adi ha qanandanani yeduwasaq qa taqat YG yeduwasaq Itaqshtuqaq khatititso qa taqatlingit aya uqatinyewe qunarchiishaqsitini ha ididishi shande khat dushqa qa taqatshuqat kuutso igaykhon ikhsikhan yikhsikhan taqat yuan qunarchiish
Wilford, thank you. So that wraps up our time together, everybody. Thank you so much. And I don't know if you've heard the saying before, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.